Arriving at match week 11, where many top teams this week dropped points. Next week may be the international break, but we were given one final fantastic week of football. Not one, but two managers got the sack, and it seems like West Ham are proving all the haters wrong. Here's the overview. Friday night is when match week 11 started off, as Southampton played Aston Villa at St Mary's Stadium. Adam Armstrong scored early as he thumped in a goal from his weak left foot to give the Saints a lead in the 3rd minute. Although Aston Villa had 14 shots, all efforts were futile as they ended up gaining no points, just as they have done in their last 4 matches. Sunday Morning News released that Dean Smith had in fact been sacked. With a great squad, who do you think will take over? Can Aston Villa still challenge for European spots? Saturday's early kickoff saw the Manchester derby at Old Trafford. Man City were coming off a great win against Club Brugge midweek, but Man United also were coming off a good result in the form of a draw against Atalanta, as it assisted their chances of progressing through to the next round of the Champions League. Ole went with a back 5 once more, but a by-your-own goal in the 7th minute was a horrendous start. Bernardo Silva scored again as a result of some more shambolic defending by the Red Devils, just on the brink of half-time. The only chance in 45 minutes for Ole's men was a volley by Ronaldo that was shot straight at Edison. And the second half was no better, as one-way traffic from Pep's men dominated the game. Manchester United seemed hopeless, with no game plan, but not all blame can be put solely on the manager. Arguably, the whole team was dreadful, apart from De Gea, who, despite making a mistake in the second goal, made some brilliant saves that saved the scoreline from being humiliating. And in my opinion, Sancho was also good, who came on in the second half. The game finished 2-0, but the score could have easily been more, with City playing majestic football, controlling the play with 67% possession. It seems like Manchester United have been completely undone through their last few fixtures. As soon as they started to play competent teams, they have unravelled and capitulated to their true selves, a directionless team with no chemistry. From 2 well-established Premier League teams to 2 ex-Championship ones only last season, as Brentford took on Norwich. Now, while I didn't get my prediction right of 1-0, I did predict that Norwich would get their first win of the season, and that they did. Goals from Norman and Pukki gave the Canaries a 2-0 lead, and later Mbeumo scored an offside goal. Rico Henry scored to bring one back for the home side, but it was irrelevant as they lost 2-1. Norwich may have got their first victory, but Daniel Farke was sacked later, which is peculiar considering such good news. Will this have a good response? League leaders Chelsea played very well against Burnley, but ended up drawing 1-1. 25 shots and 70% possession produced 1 goal from Kai Havertz after a pinpoint cross from Reece James, but Matej Vydra equalised in the 79th minute, so the points were shared. Not a great day for the Blues. Crystal Palace against Wolves saw the Eagles snatch a 2-0 win, with another goal from Conor Gallagher, who is the club's top scorer and seems to be in superb form at the moment. The Amex Stadium was visited by the Toons, and Trossard scored first through a penalty he won in the 24th minute. Isaac Hayden scored in the 66th minute, and this was the last game until the Howe era would begin, as he was in the stands ready for the challenge to come. 1-1 meant they both earned a point, but Newcastle sit in 19th with 5 points, equal to what Norwich have. Work needs to be done, and soon. Is Howe ready for the task at hand? Back in London, where Arsenal played Watford, Ben Foster saved an Aubameyang penalty, but Smith Rowe scored a controversial goal in the 56th minute. Moreover, Josh King missed a great chance, as he went past the keeper, did all the hard work, but the angle was too tight, and he sent it into the side netting. A second yellow for Kuka sent him off in the 89th, and Arteta's men won 1-0. After a disjointed start to the season, the Gunners sit in 5th, as it seems this season is truly underway. Will they get that 4th place that they are hoping for? In the blue end of Merseyside, Antonio Conte took charge of his first Premier League game with Spurs, but it did not go to plan. They continued on from last week with 0 shots on target, and some would argue Everton should have been given a penalty. Nevertheless, it ended 0-0, and while Conte would have wanted a better result, it's an improvement for Everton as they get their first point in 4 games. Bielsa's men played Leicester, and Rafinha put them in front in the 26th minute, but the away side equalised from kickoff as Harvey Barnes scored an exquisite goal. It ended like this at 1-1 as both teams gained a point. In the final game of the week, East London club West Ham went head-to-head with Liverpool. A win for the home team would see them overtake the visitors, whilst the Reds hoped to capitalise on league leaders Chelsea dropping points. A crazy match saw a corner go directly in via an Alisson own goal in the 4th minute. And from then on it was one way as Klopp's men heaped on the pressure. Eventually West Ham's defence gave as Trent Alexander-Arnold scored a delicious free kick 4 minutes prior to the break. 1-1 was the score at half-time, but both sides came out with exactly the same teams. Yet West Ham seemed to have received some sage advice from the manager as they came out on the front foot and they were awarded with Fornals scoring in the 67th minute and Kurt Zouma 7 minutes after. 3-1 they led. Hope seemed to be withering away for Liverpool until Origi came on and scored an excellent goal to pull one back in the 83rd minute. It was set for a dramatic finish. But in injury time, Mane headed the ball just wide, and that was the chance that proved to be the loss as the Irons won 3-2, agonisingly close. Yet the finish wasn't clinical enough. They are now in 3rd, West Ham on level points with Man City and 3 below Chelsea, while Liverpool are 1 point below them. Anyone who doubted Moyes' ability has been proven wrong, as, despite having a few results not go to plan, they are definitely in a top 4 race. Could it be said that they are even in a title race? Let me know down below. With the conclusion of this week's football, we head into the international break, our football fans' most dreaded part of the season. If it's any consolation, this is the last one for a while, so when it returns back, we should get ready for the hectic winter schedule. The Premier League table looks like this. Are you happy with your team's performance? Look out for my next video, where I grade each Premier League side's performance so far in the season. But until next time, goodbye.